To manage my podcast, I use 3 pitch decks. One for conversations with sponsors, one for reaching out to guests, and one for communications with press. Because I've built them in Notion, I've been able to make them available as a template, which, whether it's in the top comment or the description of this video, you can go and get those templates for yourself. So here we are in Notion. This is the sponsor pitch deck. We've got some visuals at the top and a synopsis of the show. We've got contact details, and then we've got a bunch of sections which are in drop downs. Now, this is a tried and tested formula for a pitch deck, which we've used in the production company that I run. So we open with some stuff about the podcast. You could change the frequency to weekly, and you just tell a little bit of the journey. Next up, audience statistics. It's more than likely that sponsors are trying to work out whether the people consuming your content are the same people that they want to sell to. So the thing that they really love is as much detail as possible about your audience. Next up, we include some reviews from the show so they don't have to go and look for those. Then we tell them a little bit about the team, who's involved, who's making it. So obviously I'm the host, links to my social channels. People are always interested in the extra reach that they might get. And then I've got details here about the production team. I have a producer, a designer, and an audio engineer and editor who work on my show. I then tell them a little bit about the guests that are on the show. Now, obviously, lots of podcasts are built around the guests. If that's something that you are really proud of, then maybe move this section up the pitch deck a bit. Next up, there are links to where they can listen to your podcast. Socials, these are socials specifically for the podcast. So the podcast website, your social channels, and then the final is the ask. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you'll notice that I haven't written prices or offering on my pitch deck. And that's just something that I like to do. I like to use this to open a conversation. If they're interested, we can then evolve the conversation from there. Because it's built in Notion, you can just type away. If you want to put some prices, you want to put pictures, you want to put whatever you want, you just add that in here. Once you've done that, you literally hit share, go to publish, and you can turn it into a web page. Once you do that, it'll appear on the website. You send them this link that's up here. And when they click on that link, they will open this page as a web page. They now can't change anything, but they can see all the information. If you change some information in your pitch deck at any point and they have the link, they will see the up-to-date information. It's not like sending a PDF. Back to the other pitch decks. So this pitch deck is what I use to reach out to guests. It's got a lot of the same information as I showed you in the last one, except for a couple of different accordions. So I've got one in here about recording, the type of guests I'm looking for so they can work out whether they're a good fit, and potential questions, and then just some basic information about recording, which is a thing that lots of people want to know and consider before saying yes or no. So, location and how long it's going to take, and is it going to be video, that kind of stuff. And then it also include some information about promotion because they're looking for that reach. They don't want to waste their time. So I include some information on how I'm going to promote their episode. The rest of the accordions, I think here will stay the same. However, the information in the ask or the opportunity is changed to be more about the guest. Lots of guests don't get a pitch or a proper presentation about what's being asked of them as a guest, and they really like the fact that I've sent them through a bit more information on a web page. It's different, and it's just always off to a really good start with the experience. I think it definitely contributes to getting more yeses when I'm asking guests if they'll come on my show. So finally, the pitch to press. This one is a lot lighter, so I'll write them an email, often personalized, and then I will stick the link to this pitch, which they will then open as a web page. And it just has in it my latest press release, how they can listen to the show, some reviews, who's involved, the team and guests, and contact details, because more often than not, they want to reach out and ask a question or contact us in some way. Hopefully that's been really useful as an insight for how I put pitch decks together and what I'm putting on each one. If you're currently in the process of making pitch decks or updating them, or you want to start outreach to press, I'm hoping that this has been that spur that you need to go and do it. These 3 things: reaching out to more ambitious guests, telling the press about your podcast, and talking to sponsors. Once you start doing it, you realize how powerful it really is in accelerating your show. As I said at the top of the video, I've made all these available as templates to make your life easier. They're built in a product called Notion. You can get a free account and you can manage all of these from your free account. It's a little bit of a learning curve getting used to Notion, but it's pretty straightforward, and there are endless videos on the internet about how to use it if you're struggling, or you can absolutely reach out and give me a shout and I will help you. The way to get to the videos is to hit the link in the description. That will take you to this web page. You then hit Notion template free here, enter your details, and we will email you a link to the template. And the 3 pitch decks are here with instructions, everything you need to know to get going. And there's also a 4th bonus pitch, which is the guest pitches for you to reach out as a potential guest on other people's shows. The only thing you've got to do then, once you've tweaked your pitch decks, is actually send it to people. Yes, you might get rejected. Yes, you might get some no's. But the people you meet, the conversations you have, the things that you discover and unpack, and the journey it takes you on is so worthwhile. Very best of luck with it. Okay, bye.